morning, students. In today's class, we are going to study about spelling and grammar in MS Word or Libreoffice Writer. Most of our discussion is going to be done from a computer because I need to demonstrate all these things practically to you, right? But first, I should give you a small introduction about what is spelling and grammar. So, spelling and grammar is something which is associated with language rules. We are normally using English language, and that too the US version of English language in MS Word or any other word processing software like MS Word. Okay, so that is the reason why we are going to pay much attention to spelling and grammar. So what is spelling and grammar? Spelling refers to the vocabulary, how words are spelled, okay, how words are formed. So in MS Word, you have a very easy, in most of these, not only in MS Word, but in most popular word processing softwares, so which refers to spelling and vocabulary. Most such word processing softwares like MS Word, Libreoffice Writer or OpenOffice Writer, they have a spell check facility. This spell check feature enables us to check the spellings in our document. Okay. Sometimes it mostly works in the background, and the moment you mistype a particular word, it will automatically highlight that word. For example, if I written a word, suppose there is a word castle, and by mistake you have missed out on the S over here, so it will give you a red colored line. A red colored line over here. Okay, a red wavy line will appear just below the word, which indicates that there is something wrong with this word. That is, there might be a spelling mistake in this word. And because there is a spelling mistake in this word, hence it needs to be corrected. So what you can do is you can simply right click on this word, and you will get a small pop-up menu which will contain some recommendations like castle, cattle, okay, and various other such words. So the one which best suits the context, like for example, if the statement is, I visited the Scottish castle last Thursday. Suppose you have written this. Now over here, if you have missed out the spelling and you are getting a red wavy line over here, which option will you choose out of the two, castle or cattle? If I spell it like this, I visited the Scottish cattle last Thursday, that doesn't make sense. So the best word which makes sense over here is the first one, that is castle. Okay, so you have to also check the context in which you are typing a particular word, and context comes from reading out the entire statement. Understood? So this is what spelling errors, and you also get to check the grammar. Every language has its rules, and those rules are known as grammar of the language. Whether you are using the tenses properly or not, whether you are using singular or plural properly or not. So suppose you write a statement over here. I did not So you've written this statement, I did not went to the market. In this statement, you can see there is a huge mistake, went. Instead of went, it should be what? It should be I did not go to the market yesterday. Got it? So I did not went is wrong. It should be go. So such type of grammatical errors are also highlighted by the spell check feature. Also, sometimes you will also find this error. I am a girl. Suppose you have written like this, and over here normally the one thing by default which is considered to be correct is one space. But if suppose accidentally you have pressed more than one spaces, then also word is going to, the spell check feature is going to highlight this using a blue or green wavy line. You can get a blue wavy line or you can get a green wavy line saying that now you might think that I am a girl. All the words are correct. The grammar is also correct. What is going wrong? So the wrong thing is the extra space which is provided here. Understood? So you have to remove the extra space. So here also if you right click, you will get a recommendation based on removing the extra spaces, or if it is such kind of a statement, you will get a recommendation for the correct statement. You can select it from there and you can remove the error. So now we will switch over to our computer to explore more in MS Word as well as LibreOffice Writer.
So let's see how we can use the spelling and grammar feature of MS Word in order to remove spelling as well as grammatical errors from our document. So as you can already see that we have certain words which are misspelled over here. So you can see a red wavy line under them, and there is a word which contains a green blue wavy line. So as I explained that red wavy lines indicate spelling mistakes and blue wavy line indicates grammatical mistake. So how can we correct them? The very easiest way is to right click on these words and select the correct suggestion. As you can see over here, the correct suggestion of the words, and here also you can see that there has to be one single comma after this, so we can do that. So instead of using this, we can, this is an easy way, so you can already do that over here. The other way is to go to review, and from here selecting the spelling and grammar option. So we can click on the spelling and grammar option, and once you click on that, you get a right hand side panel over here. If you're using any lower version, you might get a small dialog box in between. So here you can see the very first option, that is robot and comma. You don't need to worry about from where I'm very sorry, from where MS Word starts checking the grammatical errors in your document or typographical errors in your document, because once it reaches the end, it would again ask you to start from the beginning. So your entire document would be covered. So over here you can see that it's already giving this robot and comma, so you can click on change over here. Once you click on change, you get some other error over here, that is Mr. Press. Going to select the first option over here, that is Mr. You can click on any of them. So here there is a dot, a period sign along with Mr. If you want, you can ignore this, let a word ignore this mistake. So if you click on ignore, then this mistake would be ignored only once. Okay. If you click on ignore all occurrences of this mistake will be ignored. And if you click on add, then this missed mr dot word will be added to the dictionary of MS Word, so that next time when you type it, you don't get any error. And then it is change. If you want, you can change that, or you can click on change all, so that all occurrences of MR should change to MR dot. Now next you can see there is a mistake over here, that is in spelling of future. So you are already able to see some options over here, forte, footer, but which one suits better? So for that this you need to check the, as I explained earlier, you need to check the entire sentence, and you need to consider the context of the sentence over here. So the context of the sentence matches well with future, so we are going to go with future and click on change. Next is explain, as I had already explained to you. So here also, if you don't want the first option, you can go for any of the other options also and click on change or click on change all, or you can add this wrong spelling to your dictionary, but kindly don't do so, because here explain spelling is absolutely wrong in this paragraph, so we need to change it. So once all the spelling and grammatical errors are corrected, you will find a message, spelling and grammar check is complete. Now let us try to make some more changes in our document. So I am deliberately making some changes, some grammatical errors. All grammatical errors might not be highlighted. For that you might need to use some specific grammar checking utility like Grammarly, which you can install easily. So here you can see, so I am making certain changes. Suppose I type something. So I typed this wrongly. I will went to the circus tomorrow. Rather it should be I will go. So you can see immediately a blue line appears over here. So all the basic grammatical errors would be caught in this. So I'm going to again go to spelling and grammar. And from here you'll find the correct option, that is go. You can click on change and the grammar check is complete over here. Suppose I make some changes in the spelling. So this way you are getting a spelling error. If you again go to spelling error, it will give you some more changes. You can again change that. Now talking about some proper nouns. So suppose I type here. So I have typed the name Abhinav over here. So obviously Abhinav is a proper noun which doesn't exist in the dictionary. So if you click on spelling and grammar, so you can see you are getting some options here, Athena, Eshine, but I don't need all these options because I know that the spelling is technically correct. So I'm going to add this to the dictionary. I have some options here. Either I can choose to ignore this as a spelling mistake. So if I click on ignore, on this mistake will be ignored only once. Next time when again somebody types Abhinav, again it would be highlighted. So if I want, I can choose to ignore all occurrences of Abhinav as a spelling mistake. So every time somebody types Abhinav in this document, it will not be highlighted. But if you create another document, there it will be highlighted. So I'm going to add this to the dictionary so that now it doesn't appear as a spelling mistake over here. So this was with MS Word. Now let me explain it to you using a portable software, that is LibreOffice Writer. So students, for purposes of that, I have a portable version of LibreOffice Writer installed on my PC, which is saved here. So I'm going to open that, and here you have to open this option, that is LibreOffice Portable. Just click on that. It is a software which is an open source version of Microsoft Word. You can use it for free of cost. You can download it for free of cost from its website, from the website of LibreOffice, and this is how its interface looks like. So here its interface is quite different from that of MS Word, because here you can see all the different types of documents or files which you can create at a glance, like writer document, that is a word processor document. You can quickly create a spreadsheet, you can create a presentation, a drawing, a math formula, a base database, anything. So over here I've already saved something. You can see the list of the recently created documents over here, and I had created this document earlier. If you are not aware with that, you can just go to open file, and from open file you can go to the location where you had saved your document, and you can open the document from there. So I have already saved the document over here. So if I want, I can click it from here. Or if I don't want that, I can simply click on writer document. So if I click on this writer document, then it will take some time and it will open the word processing software or word processing app of LibreOffice, which is known as Writer, which is an equivalent for MS Word. So this is the window of Writer. So here also you can find all the various options. You can see the menu bar, the standard toolbar and the formatting toolbar, which almost represents or resembles that of MS Word. Detailed explanation regarding LibreOffice would be given later, but in today's class I'll just give you a comparison between Word and LibreOffice. So here you can create any document in the usual way as you have been doing in MS Word. It's not that different from MS Word. You can easily use this. Now suppose I'm not going to type anything over here because I've already typed. So I'm going to close this document from here, and I'm going to open file, and I will select the document which I want. This was the document, and you can see an O written over here. It is an open document text because it's an open source software, hence it works on it won't work on docx, it would work on open document text, and click on open. Now you can see that it is opened in front of you. So we have this document open. Now I'll deliberately try to change certain words over here. And I will create some spelling mistakes and some grammatical mistakes. So I have done some mistakes over here. Of course, this one, all grammatical mistakes won't be highlighted over here, because after all there are some set rules on which the grammar spelling and grammar check facility or feature of writer works on. So some common grammatical mistakes and some common uh, yes, some common grammatical mistakes will be definitely be highlighted. So now for checking the grammar, we need to go to the tools option, and within the tools option you'll find the first, you can see the second option here, automatic spell checking, which is already switched on. So we don't need to do anything with this. We will click on the first option, that is spelling, and it gives you a dialog box like this. A similar kind of dialog box used to appear in Office 2010 and lower versions. So you can see that the text language which we are using is English USA, you want, you can also select English UK, but right now I have selected English USA only. Now you can see all the spelling mistakes which are being highlighted in red color. These must be learned. So you can see there are some suggestions over here. These learns. If you feel that this is correct, you can choose to ignore it once, as I already explained. Continue checking at the beginning, yes, and see, you can find this virtual and its correct spelling. There are two suggestions, but we will select the one which matches the context over here. And these options work as usual: ignore once, ignore all, add to dictionary. So ignore once, if you click on ignore once, this mistake will be ignored, which you shouldn't do in this case because it is definitely a mistake. Ignore all will ignore all occurrences of this mistake, and add to dictionary will add this word to the dictionary of writer. Correct. Now instead of change and change all, you get correct and correct all, and also an option always correct. That is, if you click on correct, only this one instance of spelling mistake for virtual will be corrected. If you click on correct all occurrences of the spelling mistake in this whole document will be corrected. And if you click on always correct, then for any document which you open or create in future, this spelling mistake will be automatically be corrected. Okay. So this always correct actually uses an autocorrect feature of writer as well as in MS Word. MS Word also has an autocorrect feature, and this also has an autocorrect feature. So this is an addition in LibreOffice Writer, as you can see over here. So I'm going to click on correct. The next is software. The spelling of software is wrong. There again I have to select the first one because it will always give you the uh, best possible match depending upon the context of the sentence. Now Rohitanshu, you are getting some suggestion, so I am not going to change this because it's the proper name of someone, so I am going to add it to the dictionary, and you get a message the spell check is complete. And you can also see there is a check grammar button which has been enabled over here. So this check grammar button is used for checking the grammar, but as we saw that it did not check all the grammatical errors. Like I had done a major error over here, it should be she will goes. So as we are using an open source version, students, hence there would be some differences between writer and MS Word. An open and free version always will have less features as compared, or less features and less efficiency as compared to, and less accuracy as compared to the proprietary version. As in the very first class of word processing basics, I had explained the difference between proprietary software and open source software. If you have not understood that, you can again visit my channel on YouTube and you can watch that video again for that. So you will get to know what is the difference between open source software and a licensed proprietary software. So as LibreOffice Writer is an open source software which can be used, which can be downloaded and used free of cost, hence there it would always have some lesser accuracy, lesser degree of accuracy as compared to MS Word. But all your basic spelling mistakes, you can be sure of that the spelling mistakes will always be corrected, but still we are having this mistake over here because compute is not a wrong word. There is a verb. Compute is the verb form. Okay, that is to calculate something. So it is not actually wrong, but in the context, according to the grammar, it is wrong. So with this, we end this class. Uh, in this, I explained to you how to use a spell check feature in a word processor, whether it is MS Word, whether it is LibreOffice Writer, or any other word processing software which you use. It will always have this grammar checking, spelling and grammar checking feature.
So students, Today we learned how to use the spell check feature in MS Word and Writer and any other word processing software. Trust me, it is a very useful tool which you can use to remove any kind of typo mistakes or grammatical mistakes in your document, and finally you can create a professional looking document. So with this, I am signing off. We meet again in our next class. Thank you all.